Caitlin Clark's feelings on Eileen Gu clear amid backlash to Chinese Olympian. Caitlin Clark publicly showed her support during a prominent event with Eileen Gu, as the Winter Olympics athlete continues facing criticism following the Games. Coming straight from the 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Olympics, six-time Olympic medalist Gu revealed she attended the Prada show with the WNBA star, sharing a photograph of the pair on her Instagram story. Clark, gearing up for her third campaign with the Indiana Fever, subsequently reposted the picture. Footage from the occasion captured the duo enjoying conversation and laughter from their seats. Gu, the US-born freestyle skier who has encountered controversy for representing China, her mother's native country, secured 3 additional medals at the Games, 4 years following her Olympic introduction in Beijing. This development follows Gu capturing Novak Djokovic's interest with her compelling remarks. She retained her gold medal in the halfpipe competition, though claimed silver in both big air and slopestyle events, having previously won gold in the first discipline in Beijing. Gu's gold medal triumph was overshadowed by personal loss, as she discovered soon after that her grandmother had died. She was a steamship, an emotional Gu told reporters. This woman commanded life, and she grabbed it by the reins, and she made it into what she wanted it to be. The last time I saw her before I came to the Olympics, she was very sick, so I knew that this was a possibility. I didn't promise her that I was going to win, but I did promise her that I was going to be brave. She's been brave. Following her final competition, Gu disclosed plans to pivot toward the fashion industry. It's Fashion Week in Milan, Gu told AFP. I have the other job, the other fashion thing. I'm really excited to just explore some other avenues, be creative, and explore my femininity through fashion, which is something I've always loved, and to kind of put that in juxtaposition with skiing and with sports. And I think they coexist so beautifully, and so I hope to represent that next week in Milan. Former NFL MVP Boomer Esiason took aim at Eileen Gu's interview demeanor at the Olympics, describing the 22-year-old as attractive but insufferable. If you listen to her, you're like, what? The former MVP remarked to his one co-host Greg Jonotti. He expressed his displeasure with how Gu presents herself during media appearances, suggesting the athlete is difficult to listen to. From his perspective, she's a very, very attractive woman and she's extremely bright. She went to Stanford. He went on. But if you listen to her post-participation interviews, she's insufferable. She is. It's hard to listen to. But then again, it's an individual sport and an individual person talking about herself as opposed to talking about her teammates or the support she receives. Esiason noted that whilst he considers Gu exceptionally bright and believes she understood how she's gonna answer things, he chose not to expand on his comments. Caitlin Clark hasn't publicly issued a statement about Eileen Gu or the latest wave of criticism aimed at the US-born skier who competes for China. What is public, though, is the image that set the internet humming. Clark and Gu seated together at Prada during Milan Fashion Week in late February 2026. And sometimes, especially in the hyperlit world of modern fame, absence of commentary becomes its own kind of commentary. What follows is a creative feature, not a transcript of private thoughts, built around publicly observable context. Gu's renewed backlash during or after the Milano Cortina Olympics and Clark's conspicuously calm proximity to her at a major public event. A quiet seat in a loud week. The room is made for watching, not the way an arena is made for watching. No thundering chants, no shot clock, no elastic hush before a free throw. But still, it's a theater. A long runway. A front row that doubles as a headline. Cameras that don't blink. Caitlin Clark knows this kind of attention, the kind that arrives before you do, takes your picture first, and asks questions later. So when she takes a seat at Prada in Milan, khakis, striped polo, the kind of outfit that reads like an athlete refusing to cosplay as anything else, she understands the math immediately. Front row is never just front row. It's a statement people get to interpret for you. Then Eileen Gu sits near her. Gu's week has been louder than most people's entire year. She's coming off another Olympic run and, along with the medals, the familiar storm, the recurring argument about her choice to represent China, the political crossfire, the social media verdicts that arrive like hail, fast, sharp, and often from people who weren't there to see the wake. A stranger might see 2 famous athletes at a fashion show and call it networking. But Clark, if we're reading her public posture, not inventing her diary, likely sees something else too. a person who has become a screen for everyone else's projections. The show is about clothes. The world, as usual, is not. The Backlash doesn't ask permission. The odd thing about Backlash is how impersonal it pretends to be. People talk like it's weather, like it rolls in, like it's a natural consequence of choices, like the person at the center is just a lightning rod and not. Still, skin and nerve and sleep-deprived mornings. Eileen Gu has been dealing with this for years, a US-born athlete competing for China, praised by some, condemned by others, and repeatedly dragged into debates about identity, loyalty, geopolitics, debates that don't ask whether she has the energy to carry them. In this recent cycle, the criticism flares again around high-profile political commentary and public reactions, Gu responding, the discourse swelling, the internet doing what it does when it thinks it owns the moral high ground. Clark's life is different. Basketball is not geopolitics, but she understands something essential. The machine loves a symbol. It loved her as a symbol of women's basketball's boom, then as a symbol of who deserved attention, then as a symbol in arguments she didn't start. Attention is a currency. Outrage is a fast-spending version of it. And in the middle of that, there's the athlete who still has to wake up and train. What support looks like when you don't make a speech. Here's the tricky part. The public often demands a speech. If you don't post, they say you're avoiding. If you post, they measure your words like evidence. If you say the wrong thing, they treat you like a villain. If you say the right thing, they accuse you of PR. There is no clean exit from the comment section. So maybe Clark's feelings, the only version we're entitled to infer from what's visible, show up in something smaller. Not performing distance. Not looking uncomfortable for the cameras. Not acting like controversy is contagious. Two athletes sitting together isn't policy. It's not endorsement of a government. Not a referendum on borders. Not a think piece in human form. It can simply be human recognition. I see you. I know what it costs. I won't treat you like a problem to be managed. When you're famous, that kind of normalcy becomes radical, because the world tries to make you flinch.